Malicious. Are you here to rob a train?
I am here to put a baby in a cage.
Oh no!
Hi, hello, welcome again to our podcast, Dude You Good. I'm here to tell you about a little thing that I found. I'm Shannon, and this is Luke.
Luke, hi.
This is Luke, in case you didn't know the format already, because I clearly don't after well more than 50 episodes by now.
Yeah.
I'm here to chat to you today about a little thing I found.
It's an interesting I remember
thing.
researching this thing a long time
Because
ago.
I was there like, this is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen on the internet, and it's not even from the internet era, it's from the 1920s and 1930s.
Yep.
So, in keeping with this podcast, it's a little bit historical. Baby cages. Did you know about baby cages?
I do know about baby cages.
Have you seen these pictures of baby cages?
I know a lot about baby cages.
You know a lot about baby cages. So, baby cages, by the way, were a common invention in some cities. These wire enclosures were mounted outside apartment windows to give babies fresh air and sunlight in crowded neighbourhoods where outdoor space was limited. So yes, you heard that right. You heard that right. They would attach it to their apartment window, which would be God knows how many stories up.
Yeah.
Attach a cage and put the baby in the cage to get fresh air out the window.
And this is what I would say, not the time period where, one, the air was particularly fresh,
No.
or two, the structural integrity of these cages was ideal.
No, the idea came from early 20th century health movements that encouraged exposure to outdoor air as vital for children's growth and as a way to prevent illnesses like tuberculosis. In London, groups such as the yesteryear Baby Club even distributed them to families without access to gardens or balconies. So yeah, the babies would be suspended several stories above the street in cages out the windows. Baby cage.
It is an interesting...
What a weird invention.
Yeah.
What a weird thing. Obviously, like, I know listeners at home can't see this, but we do have a couple of pictures of a lady back in the 1930s using these baby cages. There's a full-on baby and a child in that cage.
Yeah, like a 4-year-old.
Full-on 4-year-old just in a cage, hanging out a window, as you do, because that's normal. Baby cages. What a strange part of history.
How did you get onto baby cages? Because it was one of my definitely midnight deep dives.
I got onto baby cages in one of my little scrolls on Instagram.
Ah.
Future sister-in-law of the fiancés had reposted, and I'd seen it, and I was like, that's bizarre, because it was this video of a baby cage, which then just kind of put me into this weird spiral of baby cages. And what other weird inventions might have existed?
My weird invention book.
Where's your weird invention book?
I'll be back. Listeners.
Right. Listeners, I'm currently looking at very sad pictures of very sad babies in some cages.
That'll do it.
Baby cages. Ah, right, okay. Luke, providing the content.
Aha.
I've got to the end of my baby cages.
Patently Absurd, the most ridiculous devices ever invented, by Christopher Cooper.
Ooh.
And I will say the device in this, if anyone, have you played, is it Fable?
Fable. I've played many a Fable, yes.
You know the industrial one where you see like the bit between game loading screens where it's all the weird invention posters? Yeah, that's similar to this.
Right, okay.
I didn't bookmark any random ones. I didn't think I'd be doing this today. So let us just...
Do you want me to just flip through and see what I find?
A baby patting machine.
A baby patting machine? What is this? Inventor Thomas V. Zelenka. Date of patent, January 1971.
So for the listeners, it's essentially a crib.
It's a crib
with a mechanical arm
attached to the top of the crib,
and then a swinging stick with a mitten
that taps the baby on the butt. Apparently, it's not known how many exhausted parents were brought. Let me start again. Thank you very much. It is not known how many exhausted parents were bought respite by this machine. The idea is to get Junior off to sleep by patting his or her rump gently and repeatedly with the aid of some simple technology. The rotary motion of the electric motor mounted on the side of the crib is converted into a back and forth motion of the arm carrying the soft mitt. Presumably this worked well in Mr. Zelenska's family with children glued into one place, but it's hard to believe he didn't account for babies turning around or moving off. The same device used today would probably lead to a minor conviction.
True.
Very true. Tusk off of a dog.
See, yeah.
That makes sense.
This is just essentially a picture of a dog with a full-on jacket up to its head. But that is not dissimilar
to what we see nowadays.
To what dogs have now.
Yes, because you can see them just in, like, full-on suits.
Yeah.
Saluting device. 1896. Gentlemen hate having to put their bags and parcels down to doff their hats to the ladies they meet, or they did in the days when gentlemen wore hats and ladies expected to have them doffed. This device streamlined the process with technical wizardry that could be relied on to gain a fascinated attention of any lady greeted in this way. Merely bowing would cause the spring-driven mechanism gently clamped to the head to rise the hat a small distance, rotate it once and replace it, thereby, in the words of the inventor, effecting a polite salutation without the use of the hands in any manner. So that would just fully be attached to your head.
Yeah, just like clamped onto your head with a hat.
Just...
That would then rise and move.
Yep. A device for producing dimples. The dimple made simple. The dimple made simple.
1896.
1896. The inventor, a subject of the King of Prussia, explains that his apparatus will either produce dimples or nurture and maintain dimples already existing. There is a small changeable massage knob at the lower end, which is placed at the selected place. Rotating the device causes a small revolving massage cylinder to mass and make the skin surrounding the spot where the dimple is to be produced malleable. A massaging effect is necessary, the inventor claims, to make the body susceptible to the production of artistic dimples. You take the book out of my hand. Show me the crazy inventions. Bird diaper.
A bird diaper.
A bird
That's not what I was looking for, but we'll go on this. Nope. Inventor Lorraine Moore and Mark Moore, date August 1999, genuinely not that long ago. No. US patent. Flight without fear. Many families have pet birds that they love dearly and that they love to have roaming freely around their house. But they often have furniture they love equally dearly, not to mention exposed food, babies, cots, and so on. And birds can rarely be house-trained. Rarely implies that they can somewhat.
No, they can't. They just...
That's crazy.
Poop where they poop.
That's what I'm thinking. Here is a solution. A diaper, tailored to the size of the bird, allowing free movement to the wings, however, having a hole for the tail. In use, the bird will scarcely notice it. I feel it is a full-on jacket. A full-on dungaree situation for this bird.
It's going to notice it. If it doesn't notice it, then it's a dead bird, I'm afraid.
The fact that the upper part of the diaper seems to be holding down the bird's flight feathers might restrict to a small glide, but the human beings around the place will be grateful for it. So, considering birds fly from the fact that they are so light,
yes,
I don't think adding a level of heavy cloth fabric dungaree
is going to be very
really help. Mouth closing device. Inventor Richard Garbney, September 1930. Close secret. Sometimes it's wise to keep one's mouth closed, and this is sort of, well, it's a metal plate with two bits of string on it that goes around your ears. Yeah. That's the only way I can think to explain it. Sometimes it's wise to keep one's mouth closed. Perhaps the doctor recommends breathing through the nose, or perhaps one snores at night. This invention claims to close your mouth, or rather to cover the mouth so that the wearer cannot breathe through it. It consists of a pad of suitable material, a shaped protuberance. We all know what I'm trying to say. That fit between the lips in order to prevent it from slipping up or down. The adjustable loops that fit over the ears, the user shown seems to be dressed for the office. Perhaps a mouth closer is the only way he can be sure of not saying anything rude to the boss. But then that is like, it's literally just like a little nubbin that goes in your mouth, like a very tiny...
It's not going to stop
That's not... You can move your mouth around that.
Steam or hot air apparatus. That looks terrifying. A church...
Churn.
Oh, churn. I thought it said
churn in a rocking chair, yeah.
Okay, now that's actually quite smart.
Yeah, churn in a rocking chair, invented Alfred Clark, January 1913. It's a rocking chair with a barrel.
Yeah, with a barrel underneath.
Essentially churning butter.
Yeah.
When Grandpa gets too old to milk the cows, there's no reason why he shouldn't continue to do his bit on the farm. While he's rocking the hours away, his chair can be hooked up to the butter churn. Of course, he'll complain the rocking is hard work nowadays, since he has to move the churn as well as himself, but he always did complain a lot, and anyway, the exercise will be good for him. No dozing off now, Gramps, the butter has to get to the market.
It's actually saying that.
Yes. I'm assuming that's like commentary from the person that did the book.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Combining racing greyhound harness and rider support.
What?
So it's a dog ridden by a dog, I believe.
1933.
Inventor René Renfro, September 1933. Oh no, it must be a monkey.
A monkey?
It must be a monkey riding a greyhound as though like a jockey does a horse.
Why not just have a... Why?
couldn't tell you, but they're chained together, so it's a level of animal cruelty.
Yeah.
In the sport of greyhound racing, there has been recently introduced the use of monkey riders. The monkey jockey adds considerable zest and enjoyment to the sport, says the inventor. To assure against accidental displacement of the jockey, I have devised a present combined harness and rider support. The secret is that the monkey is attached to the greyhound's harness by all four paws and by the neck.
That is cruel.
Yes.
That is very cruel.
That is a level of cruel.
That is cruel.
To make a short doubly short, its pants are sewn to the dog's harness.
That's really bad.
Doubtless the monkey is grateful for this concern for its comfort and safety.
Oh.
But it must be tough to get out of the gear to collect the trophy when it wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it gives a shit about. Method of preserving the dead. Inventor Joseph Kowalski, 1903. So it's quite an old one, this one, from what the current ones have been going. The picture, maybe we'll put some pictures on the Instagram, actually.
No, yeah, we should.
That'd be quite good.
Yeah.
So it's essentially a person surrounded by jelly, what it looks like, really. Or that liquid...
Formaldehyde.
No, not formaldehyde. Like it's a clear
Resin.
liquid. Resin. It looks like resin.
Okay.
All too often, out of sight is out of mind, even for the best loved of loved ones. Photographs are a mere shadow of the deceased. Wouldn't it be nice if the dead didn't have to depart at all, but could stay the night there with us? The process would do the trick. The recently deceased is first covered in a thick layer of water glass.
Water glass?
Yep, that's figure 1. So there's just a person with like a slightly shaded outline. Then a block of molten glass is molded around him or her. Being hermetically sealed with no air able to get in, the body is preserved from decay. Those with less money or smaller homes could have a budget option. Just preserve the head.
Wait, does that actually work?
No.
It can't have actually worked.
It wouldn't work because there'd be bacteria in the body that would still eat it.
So
it would just be a sealed decay.
Yeah.
That if it broke would be very problematic. But no, it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't actually preserve anything. I was expecting like a chemical reaction or something, not just put them in glass. That'll be fine.
Yep, just put them in glass.
It's like when people just get food and put it in resin, and it's like, that's fine. It's like, no, it's still going to go mouldy on the inside.
That is essentially what this is.
That is what this is. It's just put a body in resin, you're alright. Good to go.
Pants that stipple at the crotch for style mixing. Inventor Alison Andrews, September 1999.
Okay.
Now,
another new one.
I am looking at this and I would not be surprised if I saw this.
I wouldn't either. I don't think that's a bad idea.
It's just a pair of trousers that have a zip that goes all the way from like the front to the back, like full center. The legs are completely interchangeable.
Yeah, so you could have like a blue leg pant with a red leg pant.
Yeah.
And just swap the legs.
Here's a fashionable double whammy. Mix and match trouser patterns. The left and the right side of these pants are detachable and interchangeable. All you have to do is decide what style to go and with which. Separation and recommendations are quick and easy, but also secure, so there's no chance of the two halves of today's combination going their separate ways at the wrong moment.
Oh no.
Which is actually, that's a good point, because zips go down.
Zips go down.
You do not want zips going down if you have a full whole zip going on.
What, you mean across your whole
From front to back?
Yeah, I know.
Like imagine that,
everything's on display.
Sometimes your fly goes down.
Yeah, I know. Imagine if it was on the back and you didn't know, and it just kept going down, 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 down.
That's unfortunate, isn't it? Anyway, so it's secure, so there's no chance of the two halves of today's combination going their separate ways in the wrong moment. And if you had to rob a bank whilst wearing these novelty, the witness descriptions will really contradict each other.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Genuinely, I think it says. Sundial gravestones.
Ooh.
Koji Ishidate, September 1997. Again, quite a modern one. So it looks similar. It looks like a...
It looks like a triangle of cheese.
It looks like a metronome.
It does.
But mixed with a... Gosh, what are those little...
Oh, Kambalas.
Looks like that, basically, combined. A high-tech tombstone sundial provides reminders of events of life of the departed. Oh.
I think that's really cute.
Sunlight is gathered by the concave mirror and reflected to an array of optical fibers. It is channeled along one of these according to the date and time of the day. At the end of the fiber, the transmitted light is cast onto an engraved clock. It also falls on a sequence of markers describing events of the life of the deceased. Lighting a lamp at just the right place gives the mourners a timely reminder of these events. The upright on the sundial can be the form especially appropriate to the loved one. Here is a golf putter, but could equally be a beer glass, TV remote, or a donut.
That's cool.
That's actually, I think,
like
quite
that.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah. Oh dear. Improvement in coffins. Now,
How would you describe that image?
I would describe this image as what looks like a Santa's sleigh, but without the proper bit on it to make it sleigh. It's kind of a Santa's sleigh shape, but with a dead body in the bottom of it. So, improvement in coffins. Inventor, Julian A. Fogg. Date of patent, February 1866. The head portion of this casket is cut away so that the mourners can view the deceased even when they are not standing directly alongside the coffin. The lid, seen folded back here, is shaped to fit the lower part of the casket. It contains a viewing window for use when closed. Among the advantages described by the inventor is the fact that many persons can see the corpse without crowding round the coffin. Mr. Fogg was an immigrant from England, where polite people detest that sort of corpse-gazing scrimmage. So yeah, it's essentially like a coffin. The top of the lid is shaped like a sled, the top of the lid is cut in half, and it folds backwards towards the feet. It's got a little window in it. When it goes forwards towards the head, it locks with the rest of the coffin and you can view the deceased. Now this is actually quite
That's not crazy because windows into coffins was really common.
These things do exist.
Yeah.
So there is a type of coffin, I believe it's called the coffin trunk. It was like made of metal. I only know about it because of the recent thing with Del Toro's New Frankenstein.
Okay.
The coffins, the style of the coffins in that
Yes, they
were
are
heavily inspired by these old trunks. Obviously, an old coffin used to be like, what, 2 bob? These trunks used to be like a grand each because they used to be proper metal, like viewing windows and all that. So it's not that. That's not that.
That's not that crazy
No.
because they had like a lot of very similar things back then.
I can't actually remember. I'll have a look for that. Pretty sure it was like the coffin trunk.
I've seen one that's a nightlight with a toilet, and that is genuinely a thing you can get now.
Yep.
I mean, this is essentially just a bunch of wires going into a toilet, which is crazy, but you can get lights in toilets now.
Okay, right. So the coffins. The coffins were created by Almond Dunbar Fisk in 1848 in Queens, New York, and marketed as Fisk metallic burial cases. Fisk's iron coffins, modern marvels of their day, were specifically designed to naturally preserve their occupant. The coffins were developed in response to some of the inadvertent challenges that had resulted from the introduction of steam transportation in the preceding decades. In a time before embalming or refrigeration, these coffins provided a sanitary means to transport the dead long distances in any season or preserve a body long enough for kin to travel to a distant funeral. In addition, they also provide a way to quarantine a body suspected of dying of a contagious disease, such as cholera, which was first delivered from Europe via steamship in 1832. Costing up to $25 or more, the coffins were as expensive as they were practical. Fashioned after an Egyptian sarcophagus, these mummy-form coffins first attracted the attention of the political elite, beginning with the funeral of First Lady Dolly Madison, and followed by the likes of Henry Clay, Daniel Webster, and President Zachary Taylor, to name a few. However, their style and particularly also attracted those outside of Washington, D.C., and they became a mark of status for the upper and middle classes during the early years of consumer culture and the nascent funeral industry. The gold rush and Western expansion in general also helped expand the market beyond the elite urban deceased. And this is one of the Fisk trunks. Because they're the glass viewing. Very interesting coffin. Very interesting stainless steel coffin. Fisk coffin lining, yeah. Wild how that went to that to then, I didn't know anything about them until I then looked it up because I saw them on the trailer for Frankenstein. And I was just like, that's pretty. And now I know where he got his inspiration from.
Yeah.
It was wild, really.
There's quite a lot of crazy inventions back in the day.
Very crazy
A lot of people came up with a lot of wild things. Some of it genuinely went into mainstream.
Yeah, like toilet lights.
Toilet lights. All those coffins were, like, quite a lot of viewing coffins were a thing back in the day. Yep. You know, I think there's a weird time period in human history where we just invented everything left, right, and centre.
The Victorian era.
Yeah, the Victorian era.
With the Industrial Revolution came industry. I think everyone just wanted to invent everything. Hence why there was a lot of deaths, as we know, from past episodes. Things like baths and heaters and stuff got invented.
We do love the Victorian era.
We do. But they are crazy people.
So if you enjoy looking at cool old invention stuff, definitely check out Patently Absurd, the Most Ridiculous Devices Ever Invented by Christopher Cooper. It's quite fun.
I may have to look for that for my collection, to be fair, because that's a very interesting book.
Yeah, it is really fun. It's really cool.
And if you ever find yourself in the middle of the night wanting to look up something, research baby cages. It's pretty wild. The videos that are still around on baby cages, really.
Yeah, it's not even that old
films.
history.
No, you can see films of babies being put in cages just to chill, get fresh air. 7 stories up, it's fine.
Really?
Imagine there's got to have been situations where the screws just gave way or something.
For sure, yeah.
Like, how many babies fell to their death because of baby cages? I don't know, it just doesn't seem safe.
It doesn't seem safe. But again, it's back in the time where, like, well, you didn't know any better.
No, true. Health and safety wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't put your baby in cages.
This has been the episode, sort of a short little adventure one, but a fun one.
A little fun one.
I've been Luke.
I've been Shannon.
Check out Caffeine Out of Minds on Instagram, where we'll put some pictures of all these weird inventions that we talked about. Check out caffeineoutofminds.co.uk, where there's a blog, there's a newsletter you subscribe to for all upcoming things. We do other stuff too. We've got Caskheads, a podcast for whiskey, about whiskey. We've got GNS Radio, a podcast where a mysterious town is taken over by an evil mega corporation and one radio host's journey to unlock the secrets.
Also, you need to find out what's in the duck pond.
And what's in the duck pond that even we don't know about.
We don't know.
And I write that show. With Jordan, fellow podcaster. We've got some cool upcoming projects, so stay tuned for those.
Go to caffeineaddledminds.co.uk, is that correct?
Yeah, caffeineaddledminds.co.uk.
Go sign up to the newsletter. That's going to be very interesting. It'll let you know if we're bringing anything out. Obviously, keep up to date. Also, there's a blog on there now.
There's a blog, yeah.
Yeah. Fellow podcaster Jordan has started doing some interviews with the Caffeine Addled Minds. Go on there and obviously read Luke's. I believe yours is the
Mine's
first interview.
on there, yeah.
And it asks important questions like noses for toesies or toesies for noses, you know?
Exactly. It's kind of information you need to know.
You need to know this. I'm sure it's going to keep you awake at night. But go give us a follow. Instagram. We're on Instagram. Caffeine Addled Minds on Instagram as well. We are DYG Pod on TikTok as well. There's not much on there yet, but there will be. I've been taking films while I've been here. Anyway, yeah, please follow, like,
subscribe,
tell people,
share.
Tell your friends.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
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 Hi, I'm Jordan, and stick with me whilst I tell you something. Do you feel like you can't get enough of our Caffeine Addled Minds? Of course you do. We're great, and we don't always publish everything on time. So what can you do to keep that caffeine-addled fix going, I hear you say? Well, I know that everyone and their neighbour has a podcast these days, and that's great because we do several of them. And we won't stop. Nay, we can't stop. However, what you may not realise is that we also have other ways of getting our antics to you. Yes, there are the videos when they get uploaded. And I'm noticing a bit of a theme here. But now you can head over to our website, caffeineaddledminds.co.uk. The link will be in the description below, and you can check out our blog, Caffeine Addled News. New posts drop on the first Tuesday of the month because that was the arbitrary day I chose. And these posts include updates on projects, deep dives into the creators, more on the way, and often the random musings of my mind, not to mention that perhaps one of these days I'll be able to convince one of the other Caffeine Addled Minds to do a post or two. You'll also get to see behind the curtains a little bit, and notice that I love to use brackets when I write. Guilty. For context, imagine me using my bracket voice, like I am now, and it would be like you're listening to one of our podcasts, but with your eyes. Wow. So check out Caffeine Addled News on the Caffeine Addled Minds website, and keep an eye out for more to come.